Well, hello there, and welcome back to Cervus. It has been a while since I said that, and um, I just kind of didn't feel like building for a while, and then I started doing all kinds of things for D&D, and I got really busy with school, so I didn't really have time for my YouTube channel or motivation, basically since the top 10 of 2020 came out. Hence why it has been 6 months since I uploaded a video, let alone made a Cervus episode. But I'm back, and there will be a lot of, or at least quite a bit of content in the upcoming 2 months or so, because I'm really hyped for the update that's coming in like 2 days from now, which has advanced rotation or vertical rotation, whatever you want to call it, which is possibly the game mechanic that I'm most hyped for, like ever. So I'm really looking forward to that. And uh, I will also release a few videos on that update. I don't know what they will be about, but we'll see about it. I'll just first look through what the update actually is and what it plays like. Um, but for now, let's just talk a bit about what I'm building here. As you can see, I'm modifying the restaurant or almost completely rebuilding it because, I wasn't really that happy with how it looked originally. But still, it was my first ever completely custom building, so to be expected. And I'm completely redoing the interior, which I think looks a lot better now, and it's also a lot bigger. And on top, there will also be some modifications, and it will all be first-person proof, so you can all check it out once I set it to public, which will be when I actually finish the whole series, which is still gonna take a while. I can tell you that much, even though I don't know exactly when that's gonna be. But once it comes out, you'll be able to look through it for yourself in first person. And right here you can see I'm building windows for the restaurant, and you can look through those windows in first person and actually look into the rooster habitat, which I'm also gonna build in this episode. It's not gonna be that big of an habitat because I'm just hoping one day before the series ends that we get a load of zoo animals. And for now, I'll just have to make do with the animals that are actually in the game, and one of which is the rooster, and it's kind of the only one I saw fit here without it becoming a petting zoo, which I kind of didn't want here. I just wanted a small enclosure to look into from the dining room in this restaurant. By the way, this restaurant is now called Carnos, which is a variation on the words meat eater because it's a meat restaurant, which is kind of ironic in a zoo, but still. I'll build the sign on front in the next episode. I actually already built in real life, and pictures of it are already seen in Discord. And in that episode, I'll also build quite a big staff area behind this restaurant and the entrance. It's going to contain loads of things like a little a break area, a food storage, and some other backstage things which you will see in the episode. Um, this episode, I'm also gonna add some flowers or at least gardening around the bear enclosure cafe, which will also get a lot of windows because I will just take a few of those arches and just open them up a bit so you can actually look through them outside of the zoo, which I think looks a lot better than what I originally had. I don't know why it was originally closed, to be honest. But um, from that point on, it won't be anymore, so I guess it's a good thing. You can actually properly have some engagement with the rest of the zoo from there, which I think is quite fun, to be honest. But now let's get back to the topic of the new update because, as I said, there's gonna be vertical rotation, which JNS calls advanced rotation, which I get because we'll be able to manipulate it all axes, not just the what's it before again. I guess we could manipulate the I guess that's X, and that's pretty much all we could manipulate. And we'll also be able to rotate Y and Z from now on, which will basically open up a whole new world for custom buildings and little details, because you can now truly utilize all kinds of items for things they weren't necessarily made for. Um, Also, the update will contain, let me think, a land brush, which is just an easy way of creating terrain. Also, a very quick way. And honestly, if it existed, I might have if it existed a long time ago, I might have used it for Hades Fortress, because well, the terrain there is quite simple for the main island. So I kind of wish it was a thing earlier, but honestly, I never saw anyone request it. So the fact that the devs came up with it and worked it out completely, and the fact that it actually looks quite good, because I already saw it in the update video of JNS, which I'll link in the description. It looks quite amazing, and it's new builder friendly, and so you basically have, for the advanced builders, you have like vertical rotation or advanced rotation, and then you also have this new feature that's just really new gamer and new builder friendly, which is quite an awesome balance, in my opinion. And let me think, there's also, what was there again? There was also two other features. Oh yeah, building in first person, which has been requested many times, and honestly, I thought it would be too hard for them to pull it off, but somehow they managed to do it, which I'm quite surprised about. And it actually looks quite good. You can basically just play Minecraft with Pocket Builds graphics now, which is quite amazing that they managed to implement it, because I honestly didn't expect it to ever be a thing, because I can only imagine it being really fucking hard to implement. But they managed it, so wow, I guess. And there was also one other thing which I don't know anymore what it was. Let me just look it up real quick. I'll be right back. Somehow I forgot that the fourth feature was actually being able to properly ride a horse now in first person. And it's basically a faster way to travel in first person as well, which I think is really cool. I can only imagine that it ties in really well with future updates, just being able to properly explore your world in first person and just utilize first person for all kinds of things. And by the way, did I already mention that vertical rotation will also bring loads of possibilities for detailed interiors, right? And the thing is, that ties in perfectly as well with being able to build in first person, because being able to build in first person basically means that you get to be in the interior while you build it, so you can immediately check everything. The only thing this game right now needs, for me at least, is sincerely just for making videos, which would be multiplayer properly functioning, or just being able to watch in an overview or a replay of how you build things, so that you can properly just make a sped up time lapse without having to worry about it being nauseating in any way. By the way, that's actually quite a good point that I mentioned there myself. Yes, insert the Obama meme giving himself a medal. But I actually put up a poll in the Discord, in the build video discussion channel, where you as well can vote on how you want these episodes to be. Do you want them to be very long with a time lapse like this, or this length with a more sped up time lapse, or this way with some off camera work, which you won't get to see, which means that there will still be progress in the episode, but just not as much? Or do you want basically what this is, plus an additional tiny in between episodes, which will give you a little bit more content, which isn't as high in production or value at all as this is? That will just be music without me talking over it, and it will just be teeny tiny details. So you will basically see the big things like building or setting up a layout in normal episodes, and then see me detailing every tiny bit in a separate tiny little episode. But you can still vote on it. It's actually a pinned message in the build video discussion channel, so you can just head over to the official Pocket Build Discord, which is linked in the description, and over to the channel, head over to the pinned messages and cast your vote. I will check it every time before making a Cervus episode to see what kind of thing I want people want to have. It will probably stay like this, seeing how much this format is currently ahead. But honestly, it could change. I don't know how many people watch this that aren't yet in the Discord or just didn't notice or didn't vote on that poll. So basically, just head over there, cast your votes, and we'll see next episode if it changes. So I guess that's kind of sums up the part where I ramble over time lapse with all kinds of nonsense. I'll see you later. Goodbye.